And we will begin by getting into our mindful bodies, stretching strong and straight. Since it's warm, I love to be outside, but it's pretty smoky and I'm coughing and my eyes are watering. So I might have to head in or just bear with if I cough a little during our practice. With our first few breaths, gratitude for this quiet time together. And gratitude for the luxury of giving yourself the quiet time with yourself. What's the grammar on that? I don't know, but I know you know what I mean. And let's allow our bodies to stretch out and straighten and slowing down the very busy mind. Show you who's bugging me. Hello, you want to join? Can't hear. Settling into the anchors of breath, of sound, and the body. Cycling through these mindfulness anchors to root ourselves in the present moment. And what does that mean? It means we are not dwelling on a fantasy of the future, of the past. We are looking at what's happening right now with compassionate attention. What can that include? Right now, it's windy, and the noise of the leaves rustling is beautiful. Right now, I'm tired, I'm sleepy, I'm hungry. Right now, it's hard to focus. Right now, I notice that I've been racing around all week, and here I am again, finally giving myself a few minutes. All of those things we can notice. And as we settle into the body, let's give some attention to the thoughts that arise. So let's allow the day's list to enter your mind. What is on your plate today that must get done or else? And let's just allow those things to arise. Noticing also any feelings of being overwhelmed, of not having enough time for you, of not having any downtime or unstructured time, and the rigidity that can cause in our thinking and in our bodies. Let's take a few moments to just breathe through that. So, what may arise are feelings of panic or worry or anxiety about the amount of things you've got to get done. And that's where we're looking to breathe. Holding that anxiety and giving it the life air of in and out. Now let's pose a question to our busy mind. What happens if we don't get everything done, or if something isn't done as well as we like? If something goes sideways over the course of the day and we lose control, what happens? Generally, there's a great sense of failure and unlovability associated with this lack of control. And that is a very toxic pair. So during our practice this morning, let's put a little space between our thoughts of worry, of anxiety, and this giant list, and the consequences with a breath. What actually happens if I am not perfect all day long? Am I still lovable? Yes. Will the world keep turning? Yes. Our job here is to insert compassion so we can actually give ourselves permission to be human, to make mistakes, to get through the day. At this point in our practice, let's visualize something important today going a little sideways and what the consequences could be. And let's visualize ourselves holding it together pretty well, rolling with the punches. Let's visualize ourselves not feeling like a failure if we don't have perfect control over all of the details. And just breathing in, noticing ourselves rolling with any problems that may arise, asking for help and receiving it from loved ones and strangers. Transforming what could be a very stressful self-punitive moment into something that allows us to receive the blessings of community. And as we continue to breathe, reminding ourselves that basically everyone we know is thinking the same thing. If I am not perfect all day, I am unlovable. And even if we're not thinking this consciously, it's under there and it's hurting us. So let's bring it up and let's practice letting it go. And we might be letting it go all day long, all week long, all year long, all life long. And that's okay. In my work with children and with caregivers, and they tend to be, nurses, teachers, women in service professions, basically. Um, but you don't need to be a professional caregiver to experience this great sense of anxiety and self-punitive attitude towards lack of control and perfection, great need to get everything done or else. And that is an incredible source of mental dis-ease, um, especially in this really busy time of year. Post post COVID June is bananas for most families and individuals that I know and am working with. We do. And looking to get a few mindful breaths into that toxic thinking, which is it's pretty pervasive throughout North American culture, and it's a real source of stress and unease for particularly children, women, caregivers. As we wrap up our practice, we're going to commit over the week to noticing where we have this juggernaut roller coaster of perfectionist thoughts and where we can insert some breath to bring sanity into that toxic thought process. Could you imagine expecting this of someone else? No, but we put it on ourselves subconsciously 24/7. And through this discussion and practice today, possibly poking through what we define as success. What does it mean for me to be a successful person? And how sane is that? And what do I want to be a successful person? Where do I aim? As meditators in the loving kindness tradition, to be a successful person means to be able to give and receive love and forgiveness as much as possible in all situations. How much of my perfectionism am I willing to sacrifice to make that important dream a reality moment by moment? And let's sit with that for just a few moments while we close our practice. reminding ourselves with each breath that the best thing I can give to my community is my peaceful, patient, compassionate, loving heart and mind. It's more valuable than a checklist of items completely checked off. Thank you for joining with me today. Have a wonderful Sunday. We'll see you next week.